Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today is going to be a quick static GK session where mostly I'll be checking how much of factual data, factual information you know. I'll be focusing on two things now, two things in today's session. One is the location of the headquarters of various international organizations, and second, the name of the founders of certain important organizations, important companies globally. So what I'm going to do is I'll be giving you a list of organizations first. I want you to note them down and try to identify the location of their headquarters, right? So I'll just display a set of organizations first. You can note down the names of these organizations and leave some space where you can write down the name of the headquarters, the location of the headquarters. And once we are done displaying the names, then of course I will take you through the names of the location of the headquarters, and you can check how many of them you got right. Similarly, once we are done with the names and location of the headquarters of the important international organizations, I'll be giving you a set of companies, common companies, very famous companies, and I want you to write down the name of the founder or founders, as may be the case, of these companies, and then we'll check how many of them will know. So it's not going to be a very long session, right? The faster you note them down and the faster you're able to identify and write down the right answer, the quicker we are done with it. So if everybody has understood the instructions, are we ready to begin? We'll be first taking a look at a set of international organizations, write down the names as I display them on the screen, and after I'm done displaying the name of all the organizations, I'll give you a couple of minutes. In fact, you can keep writing the location of the headquarters as you note down the names. But after I have displayed all the names, I will also give you a couple of minutes, after which I'll tell you the names, and then you can check how many of these you actually got right. So here's the first set of organizations. Can you name the headquarters of these? They include the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, or AIIB, the New Development Bank, also sometimes known as the BRICS Development Bank, and I'm sure Partha talks a lot about BRICS and the BRICS Development Bank. Third, you have the Asian Development Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the United Nations Organization, the United Nations Children's Fund, the United Nations Population Fund, and finally the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. This is the first of multiple slides. Want you to quickly note down these names, and if you know the name of the headquarters of these organizations, you can write that down as well. After I'm done giving you the list of names of the organizations, I'll tell you the name of the headquarters. You can check how many of them you got right. Give me a heads up when you're done taking down the particulars from this slide. Rishit, these may not be in the module. Give me a heads up if you're done noting these down. Kathy, first I'll be showing you the questions, and then I'll also be showing you the answers. But before the answers, I want you to try and see how much you actually know. So if you know the answers, you can simultaneously keep noting down the answers, which I'll show at the end. To give heads up literally means to give warning. Heads up literally, the phrase heads up literally means I'm warning you. Be alert or be aware. To give a heads up to somebody literally means to give warning or notice to somebody. Kathy, you don't have to give me the answers, you just need to note down the answers and check them when I show them to you. For those who have just written down the abbreviations, I hope you know the full form. Instead of writing United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, if you have written just UNCTAD, then I hope you know what UNCTAD stands for. Done? Okay, here's the next set of organizations. First, I'll give you the entire list and then the answers. So, here's the next set. The headquarters of the WHO, the World Health Organization, the WEF or World Economic Forum, the International Labour Organization, the World Trade Organization, the World Meteorological Organization, WIPO or the World Intellectual Property Organization, the International Committee of the Red Cross, and finally UNESCO, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Drishti, that's fine. If you know the country, you can just write that down. Then you can check when I give you the location. What's the status? Have you taken these down? Nice. Next. The headquarters of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, or UNIDO, the International Atomic Agency, IAEA, OPEC, or the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, Amnesty International, the International Maritime Organization, Commonwealth of Nations, SAARC, or the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian nations actually. I'll be displaying for those who joined late, I'm displaying the names of organizations. You need to write these down, and also the name of the headquarters of these organizations, where they are located. Once I've given the list of all the places, all the organizations, then I'll be showing you the name of the location of the headquarters, and you need to check how many of them you know. You need to take down the name of these organizations and try to identify the location of their headquarters. What's the status? Yes, Southeast Asian. ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Okay, moving on to the next. The headquarters for the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the ICC, which is the International Cricket Council, FAO, the Food and Agricultural Organization, ICJ, International Court of Justice, IOC, the International Olympic Committee, FIFA, Federation Internationale de Football Association, OPCW, which is the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, and WWF, the Worldwide Fund for Nature. status update, guys. Okay, waiting. Are we done, guys? The last one is WWF, the Worldwide Fund for Nature. That's why WWE, Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment, the Wrestling Federation used to be called WWF. Then because it was a clash with WWF, that is the Worldwide Fund for Nature, they were forced to change it to WWE. So Worldwide Fund for Nature is WWF. Okay. Now let's take a look at the answers. How many of these do you think you would have got, guys? Before I show the answers, how many of them do you think you know? How many do you think you would have got right? Kush, I think you haven't checked the app yet. Check the study material section. Okay, some of them are confident enough of getting at least 15. Chalo, let's see. So, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, or AIIB, is at Beijing in China. The headquarters is located at Beijing in China. The BRICS Development Bank, or New Development Bank as it is called, is at Shanghai in China. Kush, no. Asian Development Bank location is obviously in Asia. It's at Manila in Philippines. The IMF is in Washington DC, that is the US. The World Bank is also at Washington DC in US. Both the United Nations and the UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, are headquartered at New York in US. How many of these did we get right? 5. Okay. 4. Okay. All correct. Okay. Fair enough. Sure. Let's go on to the next one then. The United Nations Population Fund, not a very well-known organization, but the United Nations Population Fund is based out of New York in US. So a lot of United Nations organization based institutions, they are headquartered in New York. So a good guess would be New York, but not for UNCTAD. UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, is at Geneva in Switzerland. Now, similarly, a lot of people remember that organizations with the word world in them, whether you talk about World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, the World Trade Organization, or the World Meteorological Organization, if it is an organization with the term world in it, then there's a good chance that it is headquartered in Geneva. Just a coincidence. But that's also an easy way to remember. So the word WHO, WEF, WTO, WMO, all these, along with the International Labour Organization, all of these are headquartered at Geneva in Switzerland. Okay. Okay. World Economic Forum, guys. World Economic Forum. They're saying it's in Cologne. It's near Geneva, not exactly in Geneva, but Cologne is situated in World Economic Forum is actually based in Cologne, Geneva, Canton, Switzerland. So Geneva is not technically wrong. Cologne is a very specific answer, but it's actually in Cologne, which is Geneva, Canton. So Geneva is not wrong. The very precise answer is Cologne, but Geneva is not wrong. It's not Cologne, it's Cologne, Cologny. Cologne is in Geneva, Canton. So if a very precise answer is required, that would be Cologne, but it is in Geneva, Canton. So Geneva is not incorrect. So Kushi, you will not be asked to write, you will be asked to select. 99% they usually go with a general city name like Geneva, but supposing they want Cologne, they might say Cologne, Geneva. So if the exact place you need to remember, you can remember that World Economic Forum is at Cologne. I'm going to write that on the screen. Those who are very specific, the name of the place is Cologne, which is in Geneva, Canton in Switzerland. Yeah. Okay, the next set. Again, World Intellectual Property Organization, again Geneva in Switzerland. The International Committee of Red Cross, again at Geneva in Switzerland. UNESCO is at Paris in France. OECD, or the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, is again at Paris in France. UNIDO, the International Atomic Agency, and OPEC, which is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Many people actually call it the oil cartel. So UNIDO, IAA, the International Atomic Agency, and OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, all of these are headquartered at Vienna in Austria. So no, the International Atomic Energy Agency, that's based out of, the entire name is actually the International Atomic Energy Agency. Right, I'll slightly modify this. The actual name is International Atomic Energy Agency, and this is located at Vienna in Austria. No, and it's not in the US, it's in Vienna in Austria. In fact, it has regional safeguard offices, which is in Canada and Japan. But the main headquarters is definitely in Vienna. Okay. Are we done writing these down? Moving on. Amnesty International, International Maritime Organization, and the Commonwealth of Nations. All of these are based out of London in the United Kingdom. In fact, the Commonwealth of Nations, do you know what is the Commonwealth of Nations? That is a pretty obvious one. The Commonwealth of Nations is the group of all the countries which at some point or the other were under the British rule. So it makes sense that the headquarters of the Commonwealth of Nations should be at London in the United Kingdom. And the ruler of Britain is the nominal head for the Commonwealth. So Commonwealth of Nations. So which countries are called Commonwealth countries? What is meant by Commonwealth? What is common to these countries? So technically speaking, countries which were under the British rule, they together came to form an organization for mutual cooperation and stuff. And that is what is known as the Commonwealth of Nations today. Many of the countries like India are sovereign states which are totally independent. Some of them are still nominally under the British flag, who consider the British monarch to be their titular head, things like Australia and Canada, and so on and so forth. Okay, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAARC, is at Kathmandu in Nepal. Right? It makes sense that for Southeast Asian, an organization that is for the Southeast Asian countries, the headquarters should be in the Southeast Asian region, which is India and nearby regions. So for SAARC, the headquarters is at Nepal. ASEAN, or Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is of course at Jakarta in Indonesia. And the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, is at Singapore. So the headquarters of ASEAN is at Jakarta in Indonesia. Although it was established at Bangkok in Thailand, the establishment happened at Bangkok. I mean, maybe that's where they met and something, but officially the headquarters is now currently located at Jakarta in Indonesia. The ASEAN was technically formed in the late 60s, around 67. And it started with the small countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. Okay, so the question is whether India is actually a member of ASEAN. No, the current members include Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Brunei, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. So in the late 60s, around 67, around 5 countries they started it. And in the 90s, a lot of them joined this. But is India a part of ASEAN? As of now, no. Sure. Moving ahead, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, which of course one of the prominent members is the United States, and basically it's a defense cooperation unit. So NATO is headquartered at Brussels in Belgium. The ICC, International Cricket Council, is headquartered at Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. The Food and Agricultural Organization is headquartered at Rome in Italy. Very famous ICJ, the International Court of Justice, is of course at The Hague in Netherlands. The International Olympic Committee is at Lausanne in Switzerland. FIFA, or Federation Internationale der Football Association, is at Zurich in Switzerland. OPCW, the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, is at The Hague in Netherlands. And WWF, or Worldwide Fund for Nature, is headquartered at the Vaud in Switzerland. Okay, the question is, what is FAO? So FAO is actually an agency of the United Nations, right? It's not independent. FAO actually is a part of the United Nations, one of the agencies of United Nations. And as the name itself suggests, one of the main, the main purpose of this organization is to defeat hunger. So basically, it makes sure that people have regular access to food, that there is food security for people, that people lead an active, healthy life. So their motto, one of the so-called mottos, is Zero Hunger World. So as the name itself suggests, Food and Agricultural Organization, which is actually an agency of the United Nations, it tries to work for eliminating hunger from the world. It's related to basically food security for everybody. Okay. So these were basically the headquarters of various organizations. As part of your practice, you can also try to find out who is currently the head of these organizations, right? Who's the head of World Economic Forum, the head of the United Nations, the ICC, the World Bank, IMF, right? So it's not just enough to know statically which is the current headquarters, but it's also important to know, as part of current affairs, who's the head of many of these organizations. You can always make your own notes, try to find out and remember the heads of these organizations. Okay, now I'm going to give you a list of companies, and this should be easier because many of these are famous organizations. Same as before, I'll give you the list of companies and you will write down the name of the founder or founders, as may be the case. There can be more than one person who is associated with founding or establishing the company. So write down the name of the company as they come on screen. I think about 44 companies. and the name of the founder if you know them. Let's see how many of these you know. Starting with the first set, Amazon.com, I think that's the easiest one. Apple, BMW, Dell, eBay, Facebook, Ford Motor Company, IBM, Intel Corporation, and McDonald's. I'm sure you must have heard almost all these names. Do you know who's the founder or founders of these organizations? Remember, there can be more than one founder for an organization, in which case you'll have to name them all. Write down as many names as you know. Ready for the next set of companies? Okay. How about these? Microsoft, obviously the operating systems makers and famous for software and stuff. Nike, footwear and apparel. PepsiCo, beverages and snacks. Samsung, famous for electronics now. Sony, famous for electronics now. Starbucks, the international beverages chain. Coca-Cola, again famous for beverages. Walmart, retailer. Yahoo, I don't know whether you guys are still aware, but Yahoo was one of the first companies to come up with the internet search engines and stuff like that. And Flipkart, India's answer to Amazon, online retail. Done. Okay, moving on. Snapdeal, Myntra, Grofers, Jabong, AIB, Urban Ladder, Book My Show, Micromax, Yatra, and Ola Cabs. Most of them, if not all, are Indian ventures, Indian startups and Indian ventures. And many of these services are things which we use maybe on a very regular basis. Right? Snapdeal, online retailer, Myntra, apparel, Grofers, daily groceries and stuff. Jabong, I've heard the name, I'm not sure, but I think it's similar to Myntra and stuff. AIB, now it's not so popular or current, but stand-up comedy and other things used to be done. Urban Ladder, famous for furniture. Book My Show, tickets. Micromax, electronics, mainly mobiles. Yatra, ticketing again, hotels and travel. Ola cabs, share rides, similar to Uber. Who is or who are the founder or founders of these companies? So that's it. It's easy to these companies, but it's also essential to know who founded them. I agree with you. Many of these companies but then obviously it's important to know who founded them. That's what it's all about. Remembering names, data. Status update, guys. Done. Okay. Moving on to the next. Quikr. Similar to eBay and stuff, online sales. Zomato, of course, food delivery. Hike Messenger, similar to WhatsApp. Alibaba Group, the Chinese competition to Amazon. Twitter, microblogging. YouTube, videos. Google, search engine. Rovio Entertainment. I don't know whether you are aware of Rovio Entertainment's most famous app. The Octathon or the hashtag, literally the symbol hashtag. And finally, Reliance Communications. By the way, do you know what Rovio Entertainment is famous for? Yes, Anmol. Quikr is similar to eBay. Online eBay is also eBay was one of the first online auction sites. So yes, Quikr is similar to eBay. eBay was one of the first online auction sites. Okay, Rovio Entertainment is the company which brought you the most famous game Angry Birds. I'm sure many of you might have heard or even played the game Angry Birds on mobile phones. So the game Angry Birds is by Rovio Entertainment. Hashtag is of course the symbol which now you use for tagging. Now it's used practically everywhere, and most people don't even know what hashtags are or how they actually work. बस मनगमता hashtag कहीं पे भी डाल देंगे, but they don't understand exactly what is the function of a hashtag. It's basically a search feature. It helps you identify. It makes search easy. So, Quikr, Zomato, Hike Messenger, Alibaba Group, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Rovio Entertainment, the hashtag, and Reliance Communications. Okay. TikTok? Yes. And the final few: Airtel, Vodafone, Wikipedia, and Pepperfry. Airtel and Vodafone, famous for telecommunications. Wikipedia, the online compendium of articles and stuff, which is basically user content generated. And Pepperfry, famous for furnitures and furnishing. So the last four: Airtel, Vodafone, Wikipedia, and Pepperfry. Playing what, Rishit? Angry Birds? Long ago. Years back, I used to. Played it for a couple of days and just gave up. Yeah, Rishit, are you playing it? You are the one who asked me that question, right? So I'm playing what? At a TT, and I read it as it. Are you playing table tennis? No. Nobody's playing table tennis. That's just a sound that I was making. Okay, guys, 44 companies. How many answers do you know? Out of 44, how many do you think you know the names? Founders and stuff. Okay. 25 to 27, 22, 12, very few. 8, ouch, 20. Okay, let's see. Starting with the first set, Amazon is obviously Jeff Bezos. I think there's a recent some social media content where there's a song about the founder of Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the first one most of us should be able to get. Amazon is of course Jeff Bezos. Apple was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. Wayne's name is hardly known because he was a very early investor in the company and he left soon. Wozniak was of course the technical genius, but it was Steve Jobs who was the visionary and the marketing head, of course a tech genius. But it was more of his vision and marketing skills which brought him to the front. Both Jobs and Wozniak were tech geniuses, but Wozniak was solely focused on the tech aspect of it. BMW, or the Bayern's Motor Work, the full form is in German, it's an automotive company, was founded by Franz Josef Popp. Dell Computers, of course, famous for its laptops and stuff now, is named after the founder Michael Dell. Could be. For BMW, there could be multiple. Now, they're asking about Amul. I cannot put up Amul because Amul's founders run in, I can fill a novel. It was headed by Verghese Kurian, Amul, the Anand Milkman's Union Limited. But the founders were all the farmers and dairymen from Kheda district. So it's not founded by one single person, although it was headed by a single one. Anyway, eBay is by Pierre Morad Omidyar. Facebook, obviously Mark Zuckerberg. Ford Motor Company by Henry Ford, famous for cars. IBM, International Business Machines, used to be the full form, now it's just IBM. Was founded by Thomas J. Watson. Intel Corporation was by Gordon Moore, Robert Noyce, and Arthur Rock. And McDonald's, the fast food company, was founded by brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald. Enzo Ferrari, obviously, as the name itself suggests. So, IBM, there's a lot of thing. But IBM technically, if you talk about Charles Flint, he founded something called the Computing, Tabulating and Recording Company. Right? So technically speaking, Charles Flint was for the computing, tabulating, and recording company, which later morphed into IBM. In fact, if you want to go before that, the International Time Recording Company, then even before Charles Flint, you would have George Winthrop Fairchild. Okay. Okay, quickly moving on. Yeah, Facebook also. Mark Zuckerberg was the one who came up with the basic idea and the concept of Facebook. If you have seen the movie The Social Network, it shows a lot of things, but how much of that is to be taken, we don't know. The concept and the creation is all attributed to Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, moving on. Microsoft, Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Although it's only Gates who is famous for it, but many people forget that it was both Bill Gates and Paul Allen were responsible for Microsoft. Nike is Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight. Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight, or just Knight. PepsiCo was by Donald Kendall and Herman W. Lay. And now you know from where we get the name Lay's for all the chips of PepsiCo. Samsung, of course, from the East, Lee Byung-chul. Sony is by Masaru Ibuka and Akio Morita, Japan if I'm not mistaken. Starbucks is Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Bowker and Zeb Siegel. Coca-Cola, John Pemberton is the main name which everybody knows, but it was John Pemberton and Asa Candler. Walmart, of course, Sam Walton. In fact, the name Walmart comes from the name of its founder, Sam Walton. So from Walton, you get Wall. So Walmart. Yahoo by Jerry Yang and David Filo. And Flipkart, India's answer to Amazon, is Sachin and Binny Bansal. Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal. No, it's not the Bansal brothers. That's the mistake you'll be making. So Sachin and Binny Bansal, they are not actually brothers. Although both come from Punjab, Haryana, both are from Chandigarh. But they are not related actually. Forget brothers, they're not even related. Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal are not even related. So you can't call them the Bansal brothers. Yes, Swam. IIT background, correct. Shalraj, yes. Adidas, Puma, correct. Dusseldorf, German brothers if I'm not mistaken. By the way, do you know where the name Starbucks comes from? Why is Starbucks called Starbucks? What is the origin of the name? Kushi, I don't think Starbucks is taken over by Tata. I think it is in India, Starbucks is a JV, joint venture with Tata. I don't think Starbucks is completely taken over by Tata worldwide. In India, I think it's a joint venture between Starbucks and Tata. So Tata doesn't own Starbucks worldwide. Tata Starbucks, in fact, there's a company called Tata Starbucks Private Limited. And it's a joint venture between Tata Consumer Products and Starbucks Corporation for operating Starbucks outlets in India. So it's only for India that Tata is a partner with Starbucks. And Starbucks, the name Starbucks, it actually comes from a book called Moby Dick by Herman Melville. If you have heard of a name, There's a book called Moby Dick by Merman Hellman. So the name of the ship in that book is actually Starbucks, and so this chain is named as Starbucks because Starbucks was the name of the ship in the novel called Moby Dick, written by Herman Melville. Okay. Snapdeal. Moving on quickly. Snapdeal was by Rohit Bansal and Kunal Bahl. Rohit Bansal and Kunal Bahl. Myntra is Mukesh Bansal, Vineet Saxena and Ashutosh Lavanya. So in fact, it's surprising and a coincidence that a lot many online firms have been started by people who are from who have the last name Bansal. In fact, if you take a look at them, a lot of them are from western and northern region. Very entrepreneurial. So a lot of Marwadis and Punjabis are responsible for a lot of these startups, Bansals and Bahals and Sharmas and so on. So Snapdeal is Rohit Bansal and Kunal Bahl. Myntra, Mukesh Bansal, Vineet Saxena and Ashutosh Lavanya. Grofers is by Albinder Dhindsa and Saurabh Kumar. Jabong is Praveen Sinha, Arun Chandramohan and Lakshmi Potluri. AIB or All India Buck is by Gursimran Khamba and Tanmay Bhatt. Urban Ladder is AIB and EIC are very different. AIB is Gursimran Khamba and Tanmay Bhatt, of course, joined later by Rohan and Ashish Shakya, and EIC or East India Comedy is the other set of people. So AIB and EIC are very, very different, Anmol. They are two very different groups. EIC still has a lot of sketches going on. AIB, they don't have, after the controversy of the roast, the Bollywood roast which they did, it was a huge controversy, and after that they have not been in the limelight for a long period of time. Okay, so Urban Ladder, Ashish Goyal and Rajiv Srivastava. Book My Show is Ashish Hemrajani, Rajesh Balpande and Parikshit Dar. Micromax is Sumit Arora, Vikas Jain, Rahul Sharma and Rajesh Agarwal. Yatra is Sabina Chopra, Dhruv Shringi and Manish Amin. And Ola or Ola Cabs is Ankit Bhati and Bhavish Agarwal. Yes, Arya. After the controversy of their roast, AIB has not been in the limelight. In fact, even after the controversy, there were some personal allegations against a few senior members there. Not the founders, but some senior members also were in the news for some wrongdoing. There were allegations of misconduct, because of which it slowly died a natural death, if I'm not mistaken. Kushi, yes, the later part, initially I put up international organizations. The later part is all Indian. Most of them are Indian startups and Indian organizations. So Snapdeal, Myntra, Grofers, Jabong, AIB, Urban Ladder, Book My Show, Micromax, Yatra, Ola, these are all India-based apps. That's true, Shalraj. It seems as if there is a bias there, but then it's not just because of the organization, but it's also because of the culture that a lot of IITs and IIMs give rise to entrepreneurs. So it's not just the education, but it's also the culture which is followed, because there's a lot of encouragement given to startups at these organizations. Yes, Swayamsha, yes. Moving ahead, next one. Quicker is Pranay Chulet. Zomato is Dipinder Goyal. Hike Messenger is Kavin Bharti Mittal. Alibaba is obviously Jack Ma. Twitter is by Evan Williams, Noah Glass, Jack Dorsey, and Biz Stone. Jack Dorsey is, of course, the face of the organization, but the founders, all four of them. YouTube was by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Javed Karim. Google, obviously, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Rovio Entertainment, the company behind Angry Birds, is Kim Dykert, Jarno Vakmin, and Niklas Head. The hashtag symbol was, of course, by Chris Messina. And Reliance Communications was both Dhirubhai Ambani and Mukesh Ambani. Airtel, Sunil Bharti Mittal. I didn't miss it. There are literally hundreds and thousands of organizations out there. I'm not putting up all the organizations, obviously. I'm just putting up some of them. There are literally hundreds and thousands of organizations out there. So, Kavin Bharti Mittal is not Sunil Bharti Mittal's brother. He's actually the son of Sunil Bharti Mittal. So I'm sure I didn't get you. I didn't understand what you have written. In questions, Cubas, I didn't get that. And the last four companies, Airtel is Sunil Bharti Mittal. In fact, I didn't miss Swayam, I didn't miss. 41st was Airtel. In fact, Airtel, I have put it up. 41st is Sunil Bharti Mittal, Airtel. Vodafone is Ernest Harrison and Gary Wendt. Wikipedia is Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger. And Pepperfry is Ambarish Murthy and Ashish Shah. Now, is it important to remember the parent companies? Some of them, yes. For example, Google. It is the parent company is obviously Alphabet Incorporated, right? Or Starbucks. In India, it's a JV with Tata. So, a couple of them, yes. Are we done, guys? Okay. Reliance Communications is the other two Ambanis, Dhirubhai and is the elder son Mukesh. Sorry, I think it's Anil Ambani. Hold on, I need to check this one. Okay, Reliance Communications, let me check. Yeah, Reliance Communications, sorry guys, it's Anil Ambani. Reliance Communications is Anil Ambani. Yeah, because Jio is Mukesh, not Dhiru. Just make sure you take it correctly. Reliance Communications, it's Anil Ambani. Switzerland, World Wildlife Fund for Nature, Ward in Switzerland. Some people also call it Gland. Gland is the very specific location. Gland is in Ward, Switzerland. So VAUD, Ward. Kushi, yes. Okay, guys. Now, what we are going to do next? I have uploaded a current affairs test on the app, which is exclusively questions from the month of September. You might in fact have received a notification about this in this week. I've just uploaded an app. You can check under batches, target year 2022 and 2023 under tests. The name of the test is September 2021 current affairs. So I want you to now attempt the test. 45 minutes, 50 questions, +1 for a correct answer, -0.25 for a wrong one, and 0 for not attempting it. The test should be live now, and I want you to attempt this test. Let's see how much of September current affairs you remember. For attempting the test, you may exit the session because for the live session we are done with. So you can exit the session, but I definitely want you to be attempting the test right now. It should be live on the app, right? So you can exit the session and you can give the test. The exact name of the test is September 2021 current affairs. In the app, you can navigate to batches, target year 2022 and 2023, and you can find it under tests. Okay. Janki, send me a request. I'll do that. Rishit, it's there on the screen. Asta, don't worry about it. You can just attempt to check how much you know. Through the chat on the app itself. Oh, but you are accessing it through a laptop, right, Janki? So even there you can check in the website web link that okay, you don't have any access. Just hold on then. Just hold on. Others, I hope you are attempting the test. Right now you can exit the session, but make sure you attempt the test. I'll be checking the scores at the end of the day.